everyone, and welcome to another episode of
For the Abroad.
Right, so today we are continuing on with the series that we started with, whereby we were giving information about universities that we suggested were the best ones for international students to go to. Today we are talking about the fantastic country that is
Canada.
Yes, I know everybody has been looking forward to this episode. Canada, tell me about Canada. Tell me about Canada.
So Canada is becoming very quickly one of the most popular destinations for its international students, especially from Africa. So get ready, get set, and pick up a cup of tea or a drink and enjoy this.
Yeah, so Canada is a pretty big place. It is just like you said, right next to the United States of America. I think people can actually drive there. It's just a border away or a toll gate away, and you can just sort of visit any friends and family you have in the US. Maybe if you go to Canada. Yeah,
that's a good plan. One of the interesting things I like about Canada is that it's bilingual. So part of the country is English speaking et l'autre partie du pays parle français. For those of us who are still learning French, yes, and part of the other country speaks French. So that's an interesting place to go and study because you have the opportunity to learn a new language firsthand.
That's very interesting. Let me see the French words that I know. Merci.
Oh, mercy. Yes.
Bonjour.
No.
See, I know some words too. I know French.
So,
j'ai 12 ans.
No.
I'm 12 years old. I'm older than that, I promise. All right, cool. So yes, Canada is bilingual. Other great things about Canada is that they have universities that are some of the top in the world. So you have the opportunity to get a high-level, high-quality education, and those certificates will be relevant anywhere in the world. They have fantastic courses as well. So obviously business courses, engineering courses, social sciences, all these courses are available for international students to learn about and learn from in Canada. All right. So other fun facts or interesting things to note about Canada is that you have the opportunity to get a permit once you enter the country. So once you arrive in Canada, you actually get a temporary permit, which gives you about as much right as a Canadian citizen. And after you graduate, you have the opportunity for post-study work, whereby you can stay and work for a few years in Canada, and then possibility of a work permit and a permanent residency.
So this is very important for those of us Africans that want to travel abroad, study abroad, have work experience from there abroad, and hopefully to come back and make an improvement back home in our countries. So being able to stay a bit longer in Canada and get the experience related to the course we study is key. So this is a good opportunity which Canada is now offering, or it has been offering for a while.
Yes, definitely. In terms of tuition, for example, a lot of the universities offer scholarships with their tuition. However, those would vary depending on the university that you're interested in. So you would definitely need to do that research either with your agent or by yourself on the website of the university that you're interested in studying.
Most of the research, try and do it by yourself. Go onto the university website. Everything is stated clearly. So please go to the university website. If you find at any point you have any struggles, yes, you might. These universities might have partnering agencies that they work with in your home country, and it would be detailed in their website. So you'd have the list of the agencies, for instance, the Kenyan agencies, probably Somalian agencies, Nigerian agencies, Ghana, and then you can contact them from your home country. Of course, if you have any more details or anything that you need at least more guidance with, and you cannot find it on the website, and you're not sure about the agents, I'm sure you trust us by now. You can always email us.
Yes, for the abroad@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to respond and give you as much information as we can. Okay, for the bits of information, so I mentioned about the scholarships. So again, that varies depending on the university, and the truth is that different parts of Canada, you mentioned that Canada is really big. Different parts of Canada actually offer, you have, so many different offerings in terms of living expenses. Okay, so depending on the part of Canada that you go, it'll determine how much your living expenses will be. So again, do that research in terms of where you want to go. I know a lot of people are influenced by family or friends that have previously been there, but make sure it's also right for you in terms of how much you have in your pocket, for example, because obviously, we're not all created equal.
But that's very true about family and friends. Some people would just go to these locations and aim to go to where my family is, and maybe I could commute. And you realize that commuting is more expensive than actually staying in the city. And obviously, some places accommodation might be cheaper than what you have planned, and to be honest, transportation in most of these countries, especially Canada, is very good. Is cheap, good, and effective. So I mean,
Yeah, you can basically move around easily. So don't restrict yourself to a certain place just because you have people there. You can definitely make an attempt to go to a university that suits you better, and then move around on weekends and so on. If you need to visit family and friends. All right. Other bits of information we mentioned about having family and friends just now. So one thing that you can be sure of with Canada is that you will find a lot of your kind of people. I know people worry about diversity and so on. Canada is definitely a diverse place. They are very open to international students, very open when it comes to immigration as well. So, you can be sure that you will learn about other cultures, meet other people, and as we mentioned earlier, you can also learn another language because they speak French in Canada as well.
so one of the good thing is Canada has fun fact alert. Canada is known to be one of the most friendliest place and most polite places on earth. So that might be a good term for you. So meaning, adding to what you said, is that yes, they are very welcoming to internationals.
Yep. And in terms of safety, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of undergraduate students, their parents will usually allow them to go to Canada because it's considered to be one of the safest places in the world. So, if you're ever considering whether Canada is a good option in terms of safety, you can be sure that it is. Even when you read the news and so on, you can even check for yourself, exactly how much in terms of crime rate and so on there is in Canada. And it's actually one of the lowest. So you can definitely be confident about your safety in Canada.
So I think we'll move on to the application process. But one of the main things with applying to Canada, same thing with the US, is that you have to apply early. It takes a while to start getting the appointment visa application process through. It could take 3 to 6 months. So don't just waste time. Just get on with it and don't take any of the time you have for granted.
Yeah, so ideally, if you want to apply to a university in Canada, ideally you should apply at least 6 months before the start of the term or the start of the semester. So you definitely take advantage of the time that you have, and don't think that you can rush the process because you can't. There's no priority or super priority or anything like that. You basically have to apply on time, or else you won't get your visa in time, and you could actually get a rejection if by the time they see your application, the intake that you applied for has already passed. If you're lucky, they could send you a message, send your agent or yourself, whoever applied, a message saying that you need a new document or letter stating that you can start for the next intake. But most times you will probably get a rejection because, as far as they're concerned, it's too late for you to start for that intake. So you don't want that. You want to be able to apply quickly so that you don't have any issues with regards to your visa, especially considering how long you've had to wait.
Yeah, and thank God you won't have to go through that, so that you don't waste your time, waste your money, waste all your efforts, and it's kind of daunting when you get a rejection. So as much as possible, be on top of things and act like everything is a deadline. Yeah, you're speaking to a chief procrastinator, so yeah. Yeah, and act like everything has like the next day deadline, so just to make sure that you're on top of things at all times.
Great. So what do you need for your application? So first of all, you need the data page of your passport. That's very important. All applications require that. You would need your
Personal statement.
your personal statement, pardon me. You will need all the documents depending on which level you're applying to. So for example, if you're applying for a postgraduate, you would need your undergraduate certificate and transcripts.
So most
Struggling with my words.
but most of these things you need to have like the original, scanned original. So some universities might not accept student copies, for instance, so you might have to contact your universities or your high schools for that document. And if it requires to be sent directly to the university, please try and get to them as quickly as possible so they can send those documents and update your application portal from your past university to your new Canadian university.
Yeah, definitely. So you must have access to that document. If it's for an undergraduate, you need obviously your high school certificates and your high school transcripts and your WIAC, and you would usually need English proficiency. So we've mentioned English proficiency before, but for the sake of those who may not have watched any of our previous videos, you have the IELTS, you have the PTE, you have the TOEFL. These are, the relevant English language.
Some would accept the SATs. So yes, GRE as well. So we have quite a few, but just so that you don't get confused, each of the Canadian universities that you want to apply for would have the English requirement or a list of English requirements exams that they would accept. So make sure you go to them. And some of these English tests, like the IELTS, have like a 2-year lifespan. So if you thought you could reuse one that you used probably in high school, yes, you might have to look again and see what was the expiry date on it and just quickly use it to need to register to make an updated exam.
Great. So just to recap the things that you need: your previous qualification, your passport data page, a personal statement, and an English proficiency. Okay, these are the main documents that you need. Now, depending on your course, you might be required to provide some further details or some more documents, but you'll be notified once you apply, and you may even get a conditional offer. And then, depending on when you submit those documents, your offer can then become unconditional. So yeah, that would be the main information with regards to application. These documents also include a letter of admission from your university for your visa application. So it's just basically all those documents that I've just listed, plus your letter of admission from the university that has accepted you to come and study with them. All right, great. So all those bits of information will be available in the description box as well. and we are happy to answer any questions that you have. So you can send us an email at fortheabroad@gmail.com, and we'll do our best, or you can leave a comment and we'll do our best to respond as quickly as possible.
So do not forget to do your usual like, share, and subscribe, and as Dami said, please comment so that we improve more on the show and answer all your questions, and hope to see you next episode.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.